This is a song made popular by Leadbelly. Wait a little while, dear hangman, wait a little while and see. I think I see my father coming over the sea. Father, did you bring me silver? Father, did you bring me golden? What did you bring me, dear father, to keep me from the gallows pole? What did you bring me to keep me from the gallows pole? Mother, did you bring me silver? Mother, did you bring me golden? What did you bring me, dear mother, to keep me from the gallows pole? What did you bring me? What did you bring me? What did you bring me? To keep me from the gallows pole. Wait a little while, dear hangman, wait a little while and see. I think I see my brother coming over the sea. Brother, did you bring me silver? Brother, did you bring me golden? What did you bring me, brother, from the gallows pole? Sister, did you bring me silver? Sister, I think you brought me some golden. What did you bring me, dear sister, to keep me from the gallows pole? Yeah. Ooh. What did you bring me, child? Keep me from the gallows pole. Friends, did you bring me the silver? Friends, did you bring me the golden? Friends, what did you bring me to keep me from the gallows pole? Yeah. What did you bring me to keep me from the gallows pole? Today, I'm really not in the mood. I feel so sad, so enraged about the lynchings that have happened in the recent weeks and that continue to happen. I did a play a while ago called By Hands Unknown, because when when lynching was at its height, what we thought was its height, in the early 1900s after the Civil War and in the 1920s, essentially anytime there's black advancement, lynchings start to take place. And what happens is, when those lynchings happen, the report reads, by unknown hands. By hands unknown. So the fact that a man can be hanging in a tree and no reports come out about it until days after, the crime scene is completely empty and clean. No one talks about the fact that this looks suspicious, and it's immediately declared a suicide. There is no black person in this country or anywhere else who would hang themselves publicly, knowing the history of lynching in this country, knowing their own history as black people. We don't do it. And this is what we're talking about when we're talking about white supremacy. We're talking about a system where someone can hang someone in a tree, and the sheriff and the police and everyone just says it's a suicide, and no one researches it, no one investigates, we have to write petitions for you to investigate? That doesn't make any goddamn sense. And I posted this last week after it happened, but I'll just say it again here. I had gone cherry picking because what is going on for all of us as Black people is we are grieving. So just know that. We are all in a state of grief. If you've ever lost a parent, if you've ever lost anyone, you know what grief feels like. And I had gone because I needed a respite. I needed some relief. I needed to be in nature. And I thought, what can I do with my friend to like kind of relieve some of that? So we go and we have this great few hours where we are picking cherries and having a decent-ish time in spite of everything. And we are driving through this town, and I say, I wonder who lives here? Who lives in this random-ass town, like an hour outside of LA, that's just like random? That's kind of nice, but it's kind of gated. It was just weird. 2 days later, I see the news that Robert Fuller was hung in Palmdale, California, which was the exact town that we were driving through at the time. The bottom line is that I say this to say, we search for our joy. We reach for our joy. We say, you know what? A lot's going on. How can I find peace? How can I find joy in this moment? And as soon as we reach out for it, it can be so easily snatched from us because we live in this oppressive system where at any time, on any day, someone could be lynched and no one gives a fuck. And I don't hear anyone talking about it. I don't see it on the news. It's so hard to find actual information. I know that it's happened in Texas. I know that it's happened in California. I know that it's happened in New York. And no one is talking about it. I couldn't even find the names of some of these people who have been killed in this way. I'm incensed. I'm enraged. And I can't really hold a lot of space today, but I've committed to doing this because I feel like it's really important. And I'm so happy that my boy Taylor is gonna share this beautiful song that he wrote. Taylor, if you could request me, if you scroll back, there's like a request button. If you could request me, bro, I appreciate it. But I just want to give you guys a little bit of the history because I think it's imperative that we understand where we've come from. And we understand that they know their history as well, which is why they're able to do what they do and get away with it. Because they know that no one is going to come after them. We can change that. We can change that. So, Taylor Fagans wrote this amazing song in honor of Breonna Taylor and George Floyd, who were also murdered. And I thought it was pertinent because it's about death. It's about death. It's about our death and the way we die so senselessly when we are doing the most basic things. So, Taylor's about to come in here and give me a break from these tears. Ooh. Or maybe make them continue because the song is beautiful, y'all. You have no idea. The song is gorgeous.
Hello!
Hey, love.
How are you?
I'm all right. How are you doing?
I'm good. Oh my gosh, I feel you. I feel you so much. I'm grieving too.
I know.
Oh man.
I know we are. And that's the thing. I think that a lot of our friends like don't understand, you know, when they reach out and stuff. Like, it's like, you don't understand. Like, I'm grieving right now. Like, I can't, I don't have a lot of space to hold for,
Yeah.
you know, like, I'm just sad.
Yeah.
I'm just sad. Where are you at? Are you in Orange County?
I'm in New York right now.
You're in New York? Okay, good. Okay, kind of good. All right.
Yeah.
You taking care of yourself?
I am. I've been taking care of myself. I've, been having a lot of conversations with my family mostly.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm listening, to what you're saying. And ooh, I was just talking to my mom about this and how she had some coworker was just like, oh, it must have been a suicide, like just what you were saying. And my mom was like, I'm a psychology major. I know how people's minds work. People don't do that in public. Like, that's not a thing. Black people don't do that in public.
Yeah. And also, I think this is also the way in which, you know, they're always, the extremists are always able to convince the people who aren't extreme to align with them in a way that they don't even know that they're aligning with them, but that's what they're doing, right? It's like
Right?
extremists do some fuck shit, like hang us in trees and also place nooses in random parks in
Yeah.
neighborhoods at Lake Merritt in Oakland, at Marcus Garvey Park in Harlem, and in Brooklyn, and just and what they say is it's a suicide. Oh, we don't know. And all the white people who are liberal, who are in the middle, who are just like, well, I guess they said that's it, so that must be it.
Yeah.
And they don't understand how they are aligning themselves with that idea. They don't think that they are. They think they're just, positing a random ass fact,
Yeah.
and um, they have no idea how painful it is. Like I'm for your mother to hear that, like how painful that is, right?
Mhm.
For her to be like, what? Like,
Yeah.
what did you say to me?
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah.
Taylor wrote this great song, y'all. Taylor, talk to us about I know why you wrote it clearly, but the process behind it and everything.
Yeah. I woke up one day after George Floyd had passed away,
Hmm.
after he was killed, and it was like 2 days after he was killed, or at least after I find out, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, and I had not been. I don't know. I had just been watching. I watched Ahmaud Arbery. I watched
Hmm.
Breonna Taylor. All the stuff that people were saying about her, and then I saw George Floyd's video, and I just like sat in my room, and I was just like you said, I was grieving. I was so sad, and I was like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do or say to people. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, and I just wasn't talking. I was zero, completely gone from social media. I like wasn't saying anything. I was just watching things happen in front of me.
Yeah.
Um, and so the process kind of came, like I said, 2 days later when I woke up in the morning and I was scrolling by, and then all of a sudden I just saw these random posts from like my church and a couple other churches, and specifically this black pastor who's in New York, named Drew Jackson. He started writing poetry, and it's not often pastors really say much when stuff like this happens. And reading his poetry, it was like, now again, this is a pastor with a family on social media, and so I'm thinking, oh, he's probably the poetry's probably about, like Jesus will be there or something. But
Hmm.
it was like, as a black man in this body, it was like real, and I was like, oh my gosh, like he was like, no, I'm a human, and this shouldn't be happening. And I was reading his poetry, and I was like, oh my god, I have to say something. I have to say something. Like, if he can do it, I can do it. I have to say something. How do I actually feel? Like, what's keeping me from talking right now?
Hmm.
What am I processing? And then something sparked in my head. This thought that my mom was talking to me about my little brother a long time ago, and she was like mad at him for something random, and she was like, "Yeah, little boys just don't do that." And then that phrase, "little boys don't do that," stuck in my head, and I was like, "That's why I'm afraid, is because little boys can't do things anymore." And then I was like, "Little girls can't do things anymore."
Oh.
Yeah, and I was like, these black children in this world. And so that's kind of where I sat up and I took my phone out. And this is kind of how I write most songs. I'll just take my phone out and press the voice memo and record, and then I'll just start singing like
Yeah.
random phrases. Um, and I just kept singing, like, I was like, little black boys, don't. And then I stopped and I was like, what happened to Ahmaud Arbery? Run outside. I was like, you can't do that anymore. So then I just started singing, little black boys don't run outside. And then I just, and it kind of flowed out in a way.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because there's so many examples.
Yeah.
That's why it flowed out so easy. I was like, there's too many things we can't do. This list is longer than this song gives credit to,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so I was like, okay. And I think for a good 20 minutes, I just rambled off a list of things that little black boys and little black girls couldn't do anymore. And then and then at about 25 minutes, I had sat down at my piano and I started just playing the piano and singing. Um, and the phrase that kept coming up was, we need, like, there was, they want more. And then I said, they need more. And then I said, we need more. And I was like, that's it. Like, that's it. We need more than this, right? That's it. And so I sang that. And then, I wrote a chorus about kids and parents, which
Mm-hmm.
was rough. But I think that kind of encompassed the song for me. Like, little black boys and girls are scared. Their parents feel so unprepared. The world sees black no matter what you wear. Like, that kind of was like the summary for me. But then I was like, and then it was like, what else though? Like, what else? And so then that's where it came out so little black boys and girls don't cry. We'll try to find an alibi so you can go outside and never die. Like, that's where that came out of, right?
Right.
And then I
Right.
kept saying, we will try. And that wasn't even going to be in the song. I was just singing, we will try, because I was really mourning. Like, I was like, I have to keep, yeah. I was like, I have to try. We will try. We
Yeah.
will try. And that was like the end of the song. And then, I called JoJo because I was like, I got to show my girlfriend all my music. I was like, okay, babe, I wrote this song.
It's
And I
so
called
good.
her. Yeah. And I showed her the song. And she started crying. And she was like, we'll try. We have to try. We have to try to do more. And then I went, oh, yeah, this song needs one more chorus.
Yeah.
Because the way she said it, she was like, we have to try to do more
Yeah.
than what we're doing. Like, we have to do this for them. And I went, you're so right. And so then I wrote the last chorus. We will try to
Yeah.
go outside. Like, I just took all the things that we need to try to do for the future of our community so that they don't have to feel less human anymore. Yeah. And then that was kind of it. I was like, that's the end of the song. That's it. That's what it needed.
Well, I'm looking forward to hearing it right now. I need it.
Thank you. I'm so happy that you could bring me on here. It's truly an honor.
Yeah. Go for it, bro.
All right. Oh, here you go. Amada, you went for a run, 'cause you probably felt free. Amada, your run had an end that nobody could see. Little black boys don't run outside or play with water guns at night. They run away from red and white, blue lights. Little black boys don't go to stores or use their pockets anymore. Can someone tell them what they're living for? They want more. They want more. Oh, Breonna Taylor, bet your sleep felt so peaceful and pure. Oh, Breonna Taylor, peace was ended by police burglars. Oh, little black girls don't close their eyes or walk the streets alone at night. They turn their cameras on when they see white. And little black girls don't open doors or stand near windows anymore. Can someone tell them what they're living for? They need more. They need more. We need more. We need more. Little black boys and girls are scared. Their parents feel so unprepared. The world sees black no matter what you wear. So little black boys and girls don't cry. We'll fight to find an alibi so you can go outside and never die. We will try. We will try. We will try. We will try. We will try to run outside. Try to close our eyes. Try to walk the streets and never die. And we will try to open doors and try to go to stores. We'll try to find the light we're living for. We need more. 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 Whew. Thank you, Sam.
Cry the whole time.
Okay. That's what it's for. It's for us, you know?
Oh my
It's
God.
because this is what we're going through, you know?
Just that first line, even like,
Mm.
you just say you probably felt so free, you know? Because, like, as a person who you run outside, it's like that is that feeling, right? And you have no idea. It's just, thank you so much. It's such
Yeah.
a powerful world, and I'm really glad that um, it's out there. You know, you got it video, and people are, you know what I mean, and sharing it and
Yeah.
whatnot. It's so beautiful. Thank you so much, Taylor. I really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you.
I'm a
Yeah.
mess.
Okay.
All right, bruh.
Okay.
All
You
right,
are
bruh.
okay.
Thank you so much, love. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me be here.
I'm so glad you were here. Thank
Thank
you. I
you.
needed you.
I'm glad you're here too.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
I'm a mess. I'm a mess. Oh, God damn it. Oh, I think you could do something eight where you say where you're at. I don't know how it works though, because I don't know how it works, but I feel like you could share a live, like say where you're at. Oh God, I'm a mess. So I'm really glad that you know, I'm not doing much today because you know the theme is really lynchings, and I can't. I don't have the. I don't have the energy. And also, there's, as is with a lot of our history, the history of it is so, um, there's been such a strong effort to sweep it under the rug. So, there's a way in which um, there's a lynching museum. I don't know if y'all know. And I forget the state. If someone knows the state, comment. It's in the South. I want to say Alabama, but I could be wrong. No, it's not Alabama. Um, but there's a lynching museum that opened up, what, last year or the year before, the purpose of which to commemorate um, the people who were lynched in this country, the black people who were lynched. Thank you. It is Montgomery, Alabama. Oh, I was right. It was Alabama. Oh, look at me. Um, the purpose of which to commemorate the people who've been lynched in this country, black folks who've been lynched, some known, some unknown. And it is sensing that now, in the year 2020, there are people who could be added to that museum. A museum where that's supposed to be a commemorative of the past. That's supposed to be the past. That's supposed to be the 20s. That's supposed to be the 60s. And the other reason why we're experiencing what we're experiencing now is because we're rising up. And there were always efforts, whenever black folks start to make change, this is what they do. They do it to scare us, they do it to stop us. And we can't stop. We literally can't stop. We definitely can't stop now. Thank you for dropping the website down below of the museum and memorial. And I'm just gonna try and get through the rest of this. In the past, I did protest songs and I did gospel, and a few times it's been requested, do strange fruit, and I was like, yeah, that should probably be done. And I never thought that I'd be doing it because it was pertinent today. I never thought that. I never thought that the reason to do strange fruit would be because it's completely applicable to what is happening in this country right now. I'm going to list the names that I know of folks who've been hung. Robert Fuller, who was 24, Palmdale, California. Malcolm Harsh, who was 38, Victorville, California. Tay Gully, a trans woman who was hung in Portland, Oregon. And Dominique Alexander, 27, New York City, New York. Understand that this is not history. This is now. Black people have always known this, and white folks, you really got to know it too. This doesn't stop. So I'm going to do this last thing. I hope I can get through it. We'll see. I have no idea. I didn't know I'd be crying this much. I didn't know I'd be this. But I mean, I'm also not surprised. Oh, here we go. Southern trees bear a strange fruit, blood on the leaves and blood at the root. Black body swinging in the southern breeze. Strange fruit hanging from the poplar trees. pastoral scenes of the gallant South, bulging eyes and the twisted mouth, scent of magnolia, so sweet and fresh, and the sudden smell of burning flesh. Here is the fruit for the crows to pluck, for the rain to gather, for the wind to suck, for the sun to rot, for the trees to drop. Here is a strange and bitter cry. I can't. I really can't. But if I die, it was not a suicide.